This is DAK2 by MMP Games. You're playing the desert campaign with a March 29th start, and this is the situation at the end of the 15th of April. Germans have moved, well, I say the Germans, the Axis have moved quite close to Tobruk now, but the problem is the supply lines are really overextended. The recent capture of this port here, which can be used as a trade supply, is going to give them a lot more flexibility. They've also got the Benghazi Railroad operating to a degree. You say, all right, it's rubbish, but it does give you a trade supply all the way to these towns at the end of the railway, which then can be projected forward. So it's not as bad as it looks. Most of the Axis army is now in the Benghazi area. You've got the Africa Corps and the Italian 20th Corps here. Now the British, you've got the 9th Australian along the edge of Tobruk, and you've got quite a lot of guns and independent brigades in that area. Also got the 7th Armoured, which is a pretty, well, it's a very weak formation with a couple of units actually around the division and some stretched over here. So when the Axis make their move towards Tobruk, the Allies are pretty much going to have to retreat. They've got the 9th Australian Division here. So they've basically got a corps of infantry and elements of one armoured division with a little bit of a second one over here. So they're heavily outnumbered. But so long as they maintain control of Tobruk, the Germans are really in a bit of a bind because they can't actually project their coastal movement factors beyond Tobruk. They're blocked there, so they have to capture this city if they want to really extend their supply lines to any degree. Or you could capture these trace supply points here. You can't use them, as far as I understand that. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way the rules stand. The British got problems. Most of their units are sort of either in the Greek area or in the Sudan, which I assume they're fighting in Ethiopia there. And the Greek campaign hasn't really kicked off yet. It could get a lot worse. It could pull a lot of units from what remains of the desert army into Greece here. They've been throwing for movement on this Greek campaign thing, but they haven't moved at all, which is amazing. The amount of good luck or bad luck is I'm not quite sure which way it goes. They've had on that track, but they haven't moved that track forward at all since the start of the game. And that's pretty much it. Amazingly enough, we've had some quite a lot of bad weather in the Delta and in this area here, with sandstorms occurring quite often, which is amazing considering how difficult it is to get a sandstorm going on the weather table. We've had no activity on the random events table. Every single random event that's triggered has been one that isn't applicable due to the date that it triggered. So all in all, it's been fairly quiet, but the Germans have been gradually edging forward. The idea of trying to move a big army through these roads here wasn't a good idea. They should have just moved a single division instead of trying to move what was effectively a corps, an entire corps along those roads. Problem is you're ending up eating off these supply dumps, so you're consuming vital supply and not really achieving anything. And that's it as far as we go so far.